You know what it is, ladies and gentlemen, when you hear that crack-a-lack. All right. How we doing out there? The Outrage crew. We're going live a couple minutes early just for you. Ooh-hoo-hoo. The Federal Outrage Chancellor, Mr. Nick Jordan here. We're live. It's the last couple of moments of Wednesday night. We just ticked over into April 18th, 2019. Oh, what a lovely time to be outrageous, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. The leftists are all out there clamoring, trying to, fight for scraps in the Mueller report and look for anything that means anything to anyone. Oh, they're gonna be disappointed. What's happening, James Smith? And now, Mueller's having to come out and justify why he can't get obstruction charges. All right, let's move the light. It's a little weird. We're not telling ghost stories, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're dispelling the ghost stories of the left. What's happening, JJ? Oh, it's so delicious, ladies and gentlemen. I'm fresh off the stage at the Fourth Wall out here in North Hollywood. I am in Hollywood proper. Cruise right on down that 101 freeway. All right, we blew the room up tonight, and I did not record it. God damn it. I had pulled the hoodwink trick where I was signed up first and I, sign off and then re-sign up last. Was good, AJ. And they didn't follow suit, and I was called up first, and so I was fumbling around my phone. I just said fuck it, but I went up there and talked shit about Kyle Korver and his bullshit white privilege in the NBA, and how he wants to, despite all of the ankle breaking going on, despite all of the the posterizing and the baptizing in the NBA for the white gentleman there. He still thinks that, LeBron James is the chosen one, and that, he's privileged to have LeBron James' nutsack on his face as he's getting dunked on. And Kyle Korver was trying to pass off his wife in the, in the locker room because, we need some slavery reparations, ladies and gentlemen. Please have my wife for reparations, gentlemen. She's very eager and she's very willing to give you what the white man can't. And I was talking about how I'm way more liberal than any of these motherfuckers out here because I actually want freedom. Nowadays, liberalism generally tends to mean that you want to let Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez make all of the decisions and spend all of your money for you. And it generally means, you're into butt pumping, and you look down at your cock and you're not quite sure if you want to keep it. That's what liberalism means nowadays, but used to have something to do with freedom. And but now they want to smear anybody who wants freedom and less government with Nazis by saying they're far right or they're alt-right. And I was up on stage talking about how the Nazis generally, they weren't out for freedom. Some things just happen, so we wanted freedom and small governments, and then we end up with concentration camp. How does it happen? It's mystery. And Hitler, he called himself a socialist, all right? He was a vegetarian who couldn't get laid. All right, he was a soy boy who couldn't bang any of the Jewish chicks in Germany, and that's why the Holocaust happened. All right? Hitler, you're not even selling any of these paintings. Why are you eating a tofu salad? What up, Aaron Friedman? Had a great point about the Jews. I don't know, dude. I mean, you just gotta take notes at what the Jews are doing, and white people gotta, put it in their repertoire. All right, we need to respect the high IQ. All right, these white women gotta quit banging motherfuckers with face tattoos, and get with the high IQ motherfuckers, and have some in-group preference. All right. It does you no good sitting around complaining about the Jews and fantasizing about genociding them. You got to respect the high IQ. You got to get your finances in order. All right? You got to eat some matzo ball soup. All right? And have some in-group preference. It's goddamn hard. The white leftists are making it so hard to have in-group preference as a white person. What up, Donkey Kong? Because they're just so pathetic. Oh my God, we need reparations for slavery. That's what CNN is on. That's the type of shit that CNN is on, ladies and gentlemen. Slavery reparations. White people like Beto O'Rourke, who pretends to be Mexican. What up, Cactus Jack? He's out there giving interviews by taco trucks. It's me, Beto O'Rourke, bro. It's like, hey, man, we just trying to, let the Mexicans in, and I'm down with it, bro. That's what we're trying to do. Dude. What up, Yanni? Insane in the membrane? Dude, Beto O'Rourke is out here trying to convince people that he's a Mexican, all right? He's trying to be Cheech and Chong, And then we got Joe Biden out here sniffing necks and grabbing 14-year-old titties, and saying that white people are evil. Read your first comment, Yanni. What'd you say, Yanni? I think it got deleted. YouTube's they're quick on the ban hammer with my comments. Robert Francis O'Rourke. Don't call him that. Beto O'Rourke. Okay? Beto, he's out, at the taco truck. My name is Beto O'Rourke, man. You want illegal? The illegals want to come in, bro. I do all this shit with my hands, bro. The illegals want to come in. Just come on in, man. We're smoking weed in this motherfucker, man. We going to do La Raza in here, bro. Everybody come in to the border, and we're going to wrap some burritos, man. We got chorizo. We're gonna smoke a fat doobie, bro, and ruin Western civilization, bro. Western civilization is over, man. I'm not a white guy. Don't call me a white guy. My name is Beto. We're gonna fuck it all up for these white dudes, bro. Oh my God. So that's, it's either that, or it's Joe Biden, feeling up on 12-year-old girls' titties right in front of their parents, or it's Bernie Sanders, going on TV and trying to make excuses for why he's a millionaire and a socialist at the same time. Oh yeah, butt pumping Pete. We were talking about him at the open mic tonight. The host was blabbering on about how he sounds like the white Obama. Oh, he sounds cool. I mean, I think it would be cool to have a gay president. What's his name? And Buttigieg, and people were like, you can actually pronounce his name? And I went up there first, and I was like, we call him butt pumping Pete. All right, and that set the room on fire right off top. We call him butt pumping Pete. All right, where I come from, and it got the biggest laugh from one of my favorite dudes that goes to open mic. He's a gay dude named Eric Rocha. He is hilarious, dude. He was talking about being raised around poor white people, and I'm like, dude, I fucking knew it, because he is one of the funniest dudes I've ever met in my life. He loves Richard Pryor. He loves like all the old classic comics. He's this big Mexican gay dude. But he doesn't. If you met him and talked to him, you would not think he was gay. He doesn't have a lisp, and he dresses in all black, and he's hardcore as a motherfucker. And he makes fun of faggots, and he makes fun of Mexicans. Like he's almost like a homophobic gay dude, which is just hilarious to me. But yeah, when you get him laughing, that you're killing the room. Because he's a seasoned motherfucker. He's been doing comedy for a long time. And, get him rolling, you're onto some shit. I was like, we call him Butt Pumping Pete. It's just hilarious. That's the one, political, that, nobody knows any of his policies. It's all about how he fucks butts. Do you fuck butts or not? What up, Kiki? The Dems don't have any shot in 2020. I mean, it all went down the drain with the Russia investigation because they played all of their cards, dude. They laid all them cards out on the table. And it came back negative. And so all Trump has to do is sit back at his rallies and say, listen, dude, all Trump has to do Trump's going to fly in private, and he's going to go up and he's going to riff 2-hour rallies about how fake the media is, and nobody can call him a liar for that shit anymore because, oh, Trump's a liar. Well, what has this last 2 years been in the mainstream media? Are you guys lying? What do you call that? Is that a whoopsie? Oh, when the left does it, it's a whoopsie. We really trusted our anonymous sources, and we definitely want to throw Julian Assange in jail because he kind of exposed this whole thing 2 years ago, and so we have to throw him in jail because he's out here exposing the left and, tearing up Pamela Anderson's pussy, looking like a goddamn Elmer Fudd who learned wizardry. What do you call a cheap circumcision? A ripoff. Oh! Dude, you got Jude with that cheap circumcision job, son. You got gypped. Gypped is for gypsies. You got Jude, all right? You got Jude down on your circumcision. I've heard both sides, Aaron Freeman. Can Trump pardon Assange or can he not? Is he facing charges in Europe or is he facing charges in the United States? No, I didn't see Kamala Harris saying shit about Blasey Ford. I don't really concern myself with what that race baiting witch liar has to say. 6 years to focus and thrive. Don't waste it. Yeah, dude. It's all right now is all about relishing the victories and throwing it in the leftist face. All right. And, there's no reason to start blaming demographics or start threatening violence as some people are doing. It's retarded. We're winning. All we got to do is sit back and laugh because the left can't meme and they can't argue. So it's just log on to the Donald Reddit every morning, have yourself, an espresso and sit back and have a big fucking belly laugh. And just enjoy the ride, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the cultural revolution we needed. Trump is the catalyst to getting us some actual freedom, because what needed to happen, the left needed to be exposed for the tyrant, control freak weirdos that they are. And they're doing it all for us. They just trip over themselves trying to make Trump look bad. And all Trump does is point out reality and their idiocy in his Twitter feed every day. And then the leftist media brings it up on the screen and continuously, like Trump lays the rake down in the lawn, and they continuously just, oh, we ran into the rake again. He's not going to get us this time. And then he lays down another rake, and they, oh, how did we not remember that from last time? How does it, he keeps getting us over and over. He's supposed to be an idiot. Trump is supposed to be the retard in this equation, and we just can't seem to outsmart him. How does it work? Oh, dude, if he's such an idiot, how about you outsmart him once? Seems like all you're doing is, tripping over yourself, breaking a bunch of laws, trying to take him down in your fervored Trump derangement syndrome. It's like the entire deep state is after Trump, and, the left is like, we love the CIA now. The FBI, who would question them? It's like, dude. They just keep hanging themselves, dude. They got the belt around their neck, and they're trying to jerk off to Trump derangement. And, they're getting too far back on their chair lean, and it's choking them out, dude. And we just got to sit back and just look at this. Look at what's going on. It's autoerotic asphyxiation politically. It's so goddamn hilarious. Was Nick on the list? What are you talking about list? Sick of Joe Rogan? Oh, Joe Rogan called himself the Johnny Carson of podcasting today. Well, he objectively is. That is the new Tonight Show. Here's the thing about Rogan. Okay? He is not going to say anything that's true. All right. What he does constantly is play devil's advocate. So he just tries to, that's what his idea of being objective is. Here's the fundamental thing about Joe Rogan. He doesn't understand the word objective. That's it. He doesn't understand what the word objective means. Okay? Because objective means that it's a shared reality that you can achieve through the scientific method, reason, and evidence, and philosophy. That's what objective means. Objective means I can prove to you right in front of your face that 2 + 2 = 4, and it's not subjective. It's objective, because I can prove it to you. Okay? What Joe Rogan thinks, he always says this, if you listen. He always says, oh, you got to step back and be objective about it. What he thinks objective means is looking at both sides of an argument and weighing them equally and not taking a side. That's what he thinks critical thinking is. Where he falls short is critical thinking means that you can hold an opposite idea in your head and evaluate it based on its merits and then come to what the truth is. That is critical thinking. What's not critical thinking is when you just have this morally relative thing in your head where they're both equal. Where it's equal if like you want free market capitalism or you want universal basic income, essentially, regurgitated socialist horseshit. Oh, it's a spirited debate and I'm not going to take a side on it. I'm just going to play devil's advocate, whoever's on my podcast, and just put these ideas out. That's not what being objective means. Being objective, if you have a functioning sac on your body and you don't have to have exogenous testosterone pumped into your frame so that you can function. I talk shit about Rogan. He's one of my main influences for coming out here to Hollywood and doing stand-up and starting lifting weights and starting thinking about philosophy and thinking deeper about a lot of ideas. And he inspired me to come out here and do my thing. But he doesn't understand what objective means. He doesn't understand that objective means you have to have some reason and evidence that leads you to a logical conclusion based on truth, reason, and evidence and philosophy. No, it's like, oh, it's always this constant, like, reframing and devil's advocate and what about this and imagine that and blah, blah, blah. He's a perpetual fence sitter, all right? Because he's trying to sodomize people in his float tank. That's what he calls the third eye, all right? The third eye is supposed to be there. Rogan thinks it's, that anal cavity, all right? Because he can't logically deduce what the fuck the truth is. And so he has to play this, schizophrenic, nothing means anything, all ideas have equal merit bullshit game with every one of his guests. He had that, that leftist propaganda wizard, what's his name? Fuck it, I'm not even gonna. His latest podcast, that Adam Ruins Everything guy, that show is the most, like, retarded, boiled down piece of shit propaganda I've ever seen in my life. And Rogan's like, I love your show, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, when Alex comes on, he'll agree with him. When Alex Jones comes on his show, when Owen Benjamin went on his show a couple times, he would agree with him on the trans kid thing, and he would agree with Alex on the abortion thing. And then, it just in one ear, out the other. It's all like this, keeping the volleyball up in the air of having this show. And it's like, you just got to take Rogan for what he is. He's not going to give you any objective truth. He's just going to, play devil's advocate and sit up there and pretend like he doesn't understand anything and like, ooh, he's so curious. And that's just what he's going to do. So you can't expect any truth from Joe Rogan. You can't expect him to take any stands, and he's not going to do it in his stand-up either. And so he's not going to be a legendary stand-up. No matter how many sets he does at the Comedy Store, no matter how many, of these comics want to suck his dick and get on stage with him, he's not going to go down as a legendary comic because he's not pointing out any hard truths. Rogan's a sellout. He has a weird family situation with a black stepdaughter who doesn't seem to like him at all. It clearly has a huge influence on his politics, yet he's tried hard to hide the fact. Yeah, he's super secretive. He's super secretive about his family situation. It's like you can understand that to an extent. But it's like he was open about saying that, him having his first kid was an accident. And it was on one of his stand-up specials, like I'm thinking in 2004. And that'll be enjoyable for the kid to see later. I mean, I guess he's being honest, but you just got to take him for what he is. He's a good introductory he's a good introduction into masculinity and critical thinking, but he doesn't get there. Yeah, I'm sure he's helped out a lot of young men, but he's gone down. He's way in over his head with how big the podcast has become, and so you just got to recognize, take him for what he is. He's nothing special as a thinker, and I think a lot of that is too many psychedelics. I think he's just fried his brain to the point where he's so morally relativistic, like. He has no standards for what's true and what's not and what's good and what's bad. Like, it's just all this, calculation and evaluation and, like, he has no fucking, like, foundation for who he is as a human being. He's just, he's out there kettlebelling, and, he's trying to lure you into the isolation tank. All right. And get you to open that brown eye there. The third brown eye. Well, you say Hollywood does that to you, but it's not going to do it to me. Because I came into this motherfucker knowing who I was and what my principles are. And I'm not going to compromise it for shit. I just enjoy conflict. That's why I'm out here. I enjoy going up in front of a crowd of people that that disagree with me and making them laugh while I point out how stupid they are. Oh, dude, I'm not gonna stop doing the live stream. This is the foundation. You guys came in at the ground level, all right, and we're getting the dragon energy fired up for the future. All right. I don't know how it's gonna happen. Because I'm definitely not pleasing the system as it is, but I think the system is slowly, it's going through a period of overturn now. You see the Me Too movement, there's kind of a cleansing happening. And Joe, I missed your comment the other night. What up, Joe? If you want to be my editor, you're more than welcome to edit shit out. Please take clips from these podcasts because I have very little time during the day. I got to go out and work Postmates like a goddamn wage slave and make my rent money. All right, so I can't get on here and clip out little pieces and post them on Instagram as much as I'd like. I'm backlogged on the fucking audio podcast. I got to upload like 3 more episodes. I drop like 3 or 4 at a time. But we're getting there. I'm not surrounded by Jews yet. All right. But once I am, I'm gonna be wrapped in some Jewish bubble wrap. What up, Raymond J? Right on, dude. Let's kick some ass. We got the natty light. We're fired up on the dragon energy, and we're shaming the cultural Marxists out here. I was on stage tonight. What up, Steven Johnson? I was telling them that the Nazis were not right wing. You got hoodwinked in public school, all right? And with the National Socialist Party, Hitler was a soy boy vegetarian who couldn't get laid, all right? That's not right wing. Right wing means you want actual freedom. And they try to smear you and say you're alt-right, all right? You're far right, you're alt-right, you're close to being a Nazi. Chungus, no, the Nazis were not authoritarian right. They were authoritarian left. That's the big hoodwink. There is no authoritarian right because the further right you go on the spectrum, the less government you want. Over here on the left is big communism and big fascism. Those are both big government and authoritarian systems. That's big government over here on the left. And then the further right you go, the more freedom you want, the less government you want. And so all the way furthest right is libertarianism and anarchism, where you want no government at all. And then it's a propaganda tactic to be like, oh, you want freedom? Well, you must be getting close to Nazism. And it's like, oh yeah, that's really what the Nazis wanted. They wanted freedom, didn't they? Oh, then these concentration camps, they just happened accidentally. We wanted libertarian paradise and we just don't know what happened. 9. It's not what happened, dude. Hitler was a vegetarian soy boy who couldn't get laid. All right? And so I was talking about this shit on stage tonight and I blew the fucking room up. I didn't know I was going up first. I thought I was going up last, but they weren't. I went in straight with no chaser, no lube. The butt pumpers were shocked. Even we use lube. Oh my God. And then Kevin Pollard went up, and started talking about voting for Trump, and goddamn it, we blew the room up. It was fucking hysterical. Yeah, dude, the truth is slowly coming out, all right? They're slowly learning. Oh my God, he is the real liberal. And I'm sitting back like, They know what it is, and they're scared, and it's okay. I'm here to lead them out of the doldrums of leftism. All right? Well, Cactus Jack, I'm still on the open mic level, so it's about 10 people in the room. But, you know, I go to the hottest open mic in LA. It's called the Fourth Wall in North Hollywood. And, you know, occasionally they have book shows there, and then they really pack motherfuckers in. You get 35, 40 people crammed in that little fucking room. They got a low ceiling. Shit can get hot in there real quick, you know. But we're working our way up steadily, all right? All it takes is getting on stage every single goddamn night, getting that momentum going, getting the Dragon Energy fired up every night. And sometimes you're going to go up there and have terrible sets. Sometimes you're not going to have anything to say, but you just force yourself to do it. And, you know, your brain will make it happen. And I need to be filming these sets. I wish I would have filmed this one tonight. But just doing the podcast and coming on here and talking with you bad motherfuckers and getting clips of my stand-up out on the internet, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to start to make some power moves out here in Hollywood. And, you know, people take notice around there. There's a lot of the people that go to this comedy show that I go to. They, you know, they do sets all over town. Some of them go to the Comedy Store occasionally. Some of them know Joey Coco Diaz. All right. So if I'm on stage ripping shit, people are going to take notice. They're going to give me opportunities. What up, Joe Mama? Exactly. The Nazis were quite authoritarian left. Idiots say it's the right wing since they associate racism with the right because that's because their IQ is 80. Oh, it's so true, dude. I mean, white people get endlessly blamed for slavery, but at the height of slavery in the antebellum South, about 3 to 4% of Americans actually owned slaves. It was a wealthy luxury, and it was mostly Democrats who owned slaves. Whoopsie daisy. And they say there was a party flip. No, the flip happened when the left decided to stop owning them literally and start owning them mentally. And so they flipped from actual slavery to mental slavery and put them on the Democratic plantation called the welfare state. And got them to sell themselves out for free shit from the government. I took an online IQ test, Cactus Jack. I got 135. And my roommate, Heaven, a black woman, got 137, and I've never heard the end of it since. I told her, that's not a very high IQ way of looking at things. We need to have a sample size. We need to each take this test, 10 to 20 times, and we can get an average. Joe, you fucking wizard. How did you know my beer was flat? Are you the Lord and Savior? I am an atheist, but I might start praying to Joe. I might be like George Carlin, might start praying to Joe Pesci. My beer is flat. How did you know? I got to get a new one. Oh my God, you Nostradamus. You natty light Nostradamus. Oh. Well, Cactus Jack would love it and my mother would love it if I came back to Christianity, but I just don't see the arguments. Yeah, AJ, heaven apparently, has a higher IQ than me on a sample size of one test. Mm-hmm. And God damn it, you meant the earth is flat? Well, I can retain my intellectual superiority over you, Joe, then, because I am a round earth shill. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be getting any of those arguments past me, sir. My roommate is named Heaven, sign from God. Maybe it's a sign from the strip club. You ever think of that? All these strippers are named Heaven or Angel. You know, there's not a lot of godliness happening there. I don't know. I don't want to trust NASA because they are a government. They are a sector of government. They just don't seem trustworthy to me. But I don't believe that all of the satellite photos of the planet being a sphere have been altered. That is a step too far for me. You goddamn right I'm going to swirl the beer, Steven Johnson. You know what the fuck is up. Dude, when the outraged chancellor starts swirling his beer, you know an argument is broiling. All right? Deep down in the reptilian brain. It's coming, baby. I think we have a round Earth. All right? I can't prove it. I'm just for now a round Earth shill. All right? I don't know enough physics to say definitively whether or not we went to the moon. I can look at a lot of the moon footage and say that was faked on a soundstage. But you can't say definitively whether or not we went to the moon. Yeah, dude. My roommate's name is a sign from the strip club. All right, Destiny. You know. What up, Skeezer? Jews owned the ships that we went to the moon on. Yeah, that's the thing, Aaron Friedman. I don't think that they actually had a live broadcast from the moon. That seems pretty goddamn ridiculous. I think they did fake the footage to have it be more theatrical and dramatic. You know? And that's where the whole Stanley Kubrick conspiracy comes in. I think Kubrick did help them fake some of the footage. But, as a testament to Nazi brilliance, all right, we have to give credit to Wernher von Braun that he actually got us to the moon, all right? We wouldn't want to be disrespectful to the Nazis and their IQ, okay? I mean, Hitler was a socialist soy boy, but Wernher von Braun seemed to know something about that goddamn rocket technology. Yeah, dude. We had to get them Nazi scientists get to the moon. But yeah, that one fact that the Nazis weren't right wing is one of the main master keys to unlocking the propaganda in people's heads. Because that's one of the main tools of the leftist media is anybody that comes out as an alternative source of information and wants actual freedom and smaller government. They have to label you as alt-right or far-right. That's why Hillary Clinton came out and said Alex Jones has a dark heart. And these Pepe the Frog memes are so Nazified. These Nazified Pepe frogs. And it's like, dude. And somebody in the crowd yelled out, Pepe! Hillary Clinton, dude. She popularized that term alt-right. All right, and she labeled Alex Jones as alt-right because Alex Jones is one of the main reasons that Trump got elected. He was an actual. When you look, there's all this craziness surrounding Alex Jones and Sandy Hook and the frogs are gay and all this conspiratorial shit. But fundamentally, politically, Alex Jones is a small government libertarian. He's not he's not like some neocon. He hated George Bush just as much as he hated Obama. He's a small government libertarian. He doesn't trust the government. That's his whole fucking thing. And there's no reason to trust the government. They're stealing your money and they call it taxes. They're thieves, all right? They're criminals. They're all criminals. But she had to come out and demonize Alex Jones because his audience was growing and growing and growing and growing and just exponentially growing during the election, because he was actually going on and reporting about the crimes that Hillary committed, the inefficiencies she had as the Secretary of State, the catastrophic failures of Benghazi, of Libya, of, her Clinton Foundation, and like all of this corruption, getting debate questions from CNN, like coordinating with the DNC to cut Bernie out of the picture. However you feel about socialism, and Bernie's an idiot, but he shouldn't have been conspired against by the DNC. And so Alex Jones was pointing all of this shit out. And meanwhile, he's a small government libertarian with a giant audience that's growing and growing. And he gets an outsider candidate like Trump elected because he's actually reporting on the nefarious bullshit that's happening in the left. He's actually pointing out the fake media. He's actually, debunking all of this nonsense that they tried to put on Trump. He popularized that shit. Bill Clinton is a rapist. Infowars.com. Because the whole thing with Bill Clinton is like, oh yeah, he slang his dick around, Slick Willie. He would pull that dick out, he was a rascal. He got his dick sucked in the Oval Office. Oh, what a bad boy. And everybody wrote it off as some fun, just playboy activity. And it's like, meanwhile, there are like 4 or 5 women who have accused him of rape. And it's like, what happened to believing all women? And so Alex Jones pushed that out. Bill Clinton is a rapist. Oh, Hillary covered for Bill and she went after the rape accusers. Alex Jones was pushing all that shit out. So she had to go up on national TV and be like, and call Alex out by name. That's my goal, is to get, the Democratic nominee to call me out by name and say that I'm evil. Nick Jordan, he's out there on YouTube spreading lies, saying the Nazis were left-wing and that Hitler was a soy boy. Oh. Alex Jones said that Obama and Hillary smell like sulfur. And Obama actually responded to the shit. He's like, there's this radio host in Texas. He says that me and Hillary, we smell like sulfur. He thinks we're actual demons. And it's like, dude, if you look at your moral rap sheet, you're getting pretty close to a demon there. And so you see what happens to Alex Jones. They smear him as alt-right, and they wrap up alt-right with Nazism, and then they say he's hateful and deplatform him. Why does Obama use that accent? Because everything about him is fake and manufactured. His, he's a product of the CIA Harvard system. You gotta talk like this to speak to the common folk so that they can follow your speeches and trust you. Joe Mama says, when you mention Hillary too much, it's like Candyman, except you end up suicided. Oh, Lord, I'm not scared. Come after me, Hillary. I still think Hillary's going to swoop in and try to save the Democratic Party because all their pathetic candidates right now are, not getting it done. Newtonian model works large scale. Einstein physics work on an atomic level. Yeah. The thing about the Newtonian model is that the second law of thermodynamics, entropy, doesn't apply to biology. And Terrence McKenna talked about this a lot. That entropy means that organized systems degrade over time, whereas biology complexifies over time. And biology that creates technology, technology accelerates over time. So biology and technology are two things that are anti-entropic. All right? And I will never commit suicide. I'm all hopped up on dragon energy. I love life. All right? And if I get found with a belt around my neck, or a gun in my hand and 2 shots to the back of the head, you know who it was. I don't jerk off, everybody. I don't have, autoerotic asphyxiation excursions. I don't do it. All right. I stopped beating off a long time ago. All right. But I was a long-term veteran. It was hard growing up, right when I hit puberty, the internet hit. And so that was just the trap, the honey trap of a lifetime, dude. So I put my time in jerking off. All right, but I'm done with it. Because if you look at porn for what it is, everybody makes fun of cuckold porn. Like there's a stud motherfucker banging some super hot porn chick, and then there's some loser dude jerking off in the corner. And everybody makes fun of that dude. Oh, he's the loser. Well, what does that make me if I'm sitting here watching it on a laptop screen? At least that dude is in the room where the fucking is happening. There's a pussy aroma where that dude is. I'm sitting here with a jizz frosted keyboard holding my own dick. I'm not cucking myself, dude. So I'm definitely not participating in any autoerotic asphyxiation. I'm not going out like Robin Williams. I'm 28 years old, Cactus Jack. 28 years of age. Don't cuck yourself, all right? Don't watch the Jew porn. Not good for you. Get out there and talk to some women on the street. Get uncomfortable, all right? Take some risks. As long as you're polite and not too creepy, you won't have the authorities after you. I had to learn the hard way, all right? I went out and, I started talking to bitches on the street, in college, and I just did it as a daily challenge. I would go around to Ross and TJ Maxx and Hobby Lobby and fucking Walmart, looking for conversation starters. Trying to get a dick suck. Some people were shopping for trinkets. I was shopping for pussy. All right? And there was some complications. The employees got wise to my shit. They were like, we've got to ban him. I got banned from Ross. I got banned from Hobby Lobby, and I got banned from Walmart. All right? But I also got to the point where I got pretty goddamn smooth and I could get from the street to the sheets in less than an hour. All right, on that coffee date, dude. Sometimes it pays off. And either way, if you took the risk, if you took the chance, you're going to feel better about yourself. Because if you see a girl and you're attracted, the honest thing to do is to go up and try to start a conversation with her. Because girls are out here fucking starving for a ballsy man in their life that actually, is about his shit and he's honest and he doesn't give a fuck and he takes risks. Women love that type of man. They will love you if you come up to them and start a conversation with them and get their phone number and be smooth with it. They're going to hate you if you're not smooth with it, but that's the challenge. All right? So it's just a challenge as a man to go up there and take that risk because they love that, because nobody ever does that, especially in the daytime. They expect it at the night in nighttime at the bar, and then they got their guard up. But if you catch them in the makeup aisle at Walmart, you know, sometimes shit could pop off. What's a good opening line? I don't know. You just comment on whatever they're doing at the moment, wherever you are, like what they're wearing, or you could just say hi. You know, it's whatever you can pull off, dude. There's no rules to the shit. There's no rules. I tried to implement rules, and then you just make yourself look like an awkward, you know, dork. But fundamentally, you just engage them and try to make them laugh, you know, and try to make them comfortable. And then the number one strategy, and it's not even really a strategy, it's just what you should do. You engage them in conversation, introduce yourself, whatever, and then you ask them what they're doing later on. You ask, oh, what are you getting into later on tonight? What are you doing later today? What are you doing the rest of the day? And whatever they say is whatever. Oh, that's cool, whatever. And then you say what you're doing. All right? And you include, oh, I'm doing whatever. And then maybe, you know, later tonight when I get home, I'm probably going to open up a bottle of wine, something like that. And just drop that and leave it. And if they come back and be like, oh, what type of wine? I love wine. Well, then that's your opening. Then you'd be like, oh, well, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, hey, welcome to join if you like. Bada boom, bada bing. Bump, 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 bump. And then you all. You know? Thank you, AJ. He says, whenever I try talking to a woman, black man comes out of nowhere and says, not cool, not cool. Dude, that's that Gillette ad. That's hilarious, dude. In that propaganda Gillette ad, did y'all see this? With the shaving company Gillette put out this big, you know, virtue signaling, social justice horseshit propaganda commercial, and one of the scenes in it was a white dude was hanging out on the street and he saw a fine chick walk by and he turns to go and try to talk to her. And a black dude stops him and says, hey, not cool, man. Not cool. It's like, yeah, that's really an accurate representation of society. The black dude shames a white dude for trying to run game on a chick on the street. Dude, black guys are the most... what is that? Black guys don't want any competition? Black guys are the fucking ultimate running up on bitches on the street. Like, that's just baseline masculinity. If you see a chick with a big fat ass that just turns you on when you're walking down, that's the honest thing to do, is to walk up to her and ask her how she's doing and start a conversation and try to get something going. I mean, she wants you to do that. Otherwise, she wouldn't have worn those fucking tight ass pants with that big fat ass. That's why these girls put on all these perfumes and fucking makeup, and they spend an hour on their makeup and all these different outfits, and like, they want attention. So, but you just got to give it to them in a smooth way. Yeah. Admittedly, what I was doing was a little weird. Because I was really trying to get out of my social shell. I had not gotten laid, and I was like 19, 20. I had not gotten laid yet. And so I was like, God damn it, I'm going to make it happen. And so I went around town and started talking to girls just to get myself out of my, social anxiety. Now, it's kind of, it's kind of creepy just to take hours out of every day and go around town just to approach women. But I had that crash course, dude. I had to, throw myself into it in order to be able to do it. But normally you should just be out doing the shit you would normally do. I mean, and a lot of that was what it was. I would go to Walmart and get groceries and shit. And on my way, if I saw some pussy, I'd say, "What's up?" And, 90% of the time it went smooth. 5% of the time it went absolutely fucking horrible. Even if they weren't interested, you just end it like, "Oh, my bad, have a nice day." And they're cool with it. They're cool with, getting the attention. That's way better than a like on Instagram. Is some dude coming up to you and giving you the compliment of trying to, like, talk to you and get your number. The key to a woman's heart is somewhere at the mall. Well, you can tell what women are, interested in doing by looking at, when women got the vote in 1920, the national debt was about 25 billion, and now about 100 years later, the national debt is 25 trillion almost. So somebody's taken Uncle Sam's credit card and gone to the mall. I want to buy the welfare state, honey. It looks really nice. Baby, that's not going to work. That perverts all the incentives. And, people should work for their money and have personal responsibility. And that's really too much money to be paying for that. I mean, poverty has only gone down like 2% since we instituted the welfare system. She's like, "I want the welfare state. We're going to get it." All right, baby, whatever you want. You got to vote. Vote for what you like. Oh, do I let the barber trim my eyebrows? Hell no, brother. These are all natural. Ooh, that's that German and Dutch genetics right there, baby. I cut my own hair. I need to cut this shit right now. It's getting a little weird on the sides. Welfare chicks spend money on weaves, nails, and push-up bras, and their 6 kids eat macaroni and cheese every day. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's just insulting to think giving people free money is going to make them appreciate anything about it. You're not going to appreciate that money when it's fucking given to you. You're just going to spend it on frivolous nonsense. But the left is all about virtue signaling, all right? And having control over people. So they want a virtue signal like, "We care about the single moms, and you just don't care. You just want to see them die in the street." It's like, no, you're incentivizing the existence of single moms. If the government safety net wasn't there, and girls saw the disastrous results of fucking a dude without a condom who's obviously not going to be a dad, and then he obviously runs off and doesn't want to be a dad, and then your life is catastrophically destroyed, well, maybe your sisters will look at you and be like, "Huh, maybe I shouldn't do that." But instead she just collects these checks from the government, the more and more kids she has with different dads, and it's like, why the fuck not? How do I feel about overpopulation? I don't think it's a big concern. I think that'll naturally balance itself out. Actually, there's an argument that homosexuality is, an adaptation that the earth has created to overpopulation. Because I think there is a genetic component to homosexuality. And it might be a genetic adaptation to produce human beings who don't reproduce in order to limit the population. interesting theory there. The butt pumpers are here to, pump the brakes on that overpopulation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, comes the most disrespectful part of the podcast, where the federal outrage chancellor goes in the other room, leaves the door open, and takes a federal outrage piss on the podcast. And, the only thing I request is that you rate me out of 10 on my flow. All right? I shall come back. I shall crack another beer. I shall read comments, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Federal Outrage Commune. All right? Send your paychecks into me. I will disperse them back as I see fit. All right? I'm going to need private time with your wives, but don't let your wives listen to my flow because that's not going to turn them on. Be right back. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. More water, more beer. Hope y'all are having fun. I sure as fuck am. Did he go get a piece of heaven? Oh, Lord, she's fast asleep. I would not want to pull a Cosby.
I'm not asleep. I'm here.
Heaven's here. You want to come and say hi to the podcast?
Yes. Hi, babies. Wait, hold on. Reach back and forth. Hi, babies. 1 second. Gotta go pee. You can't hear my pee. Gotta go pee.
Please rate Heaven's piss out of 10.
No. You can't hear my pee.
Oh, I've had more beers than usual tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me. I gotta drink some water. I had two pints of Sierra Nevada before the mic, and this is my third Natty Light on the way home. All right. You ever have them Sierra Nevadas, boy? That's that 2 for $3.50 at the 7-Eleven out here in Los Angeles. I was shocked at the beer selection and, that you can buy champagne at the 7-Eleven in LA. I mean, I came from Oklahoma where there was no booze at the gas station, and you couldn't buy booze on Sunday, And then I come out here and there's champagne bottles at the 7-Eleven. I'm like, bruh, this is magical.
Try going to Georgia where they had Stoli, the bottle of Stoli. They had that at the gas station that was the Gala Apple for only $6 in Georgia at the gas station.
Stoli is vodka?
Yeah. They had the full bottles for $6 and the Gala Apple is the best flavor. Yeah.
Oh my
Jordan
God.
doesn't give a fuck.
You could stop off at the gas station and die an hour later.
Yes, and die before you get home. It's like, come on down. Try to die before you get home. I dare you. Can I have one? So guys, gotta let you know, I'm not pregnant, but I'm really bloated. So.
Not pregnant, really bloated.
Periods happen.
Status update.
Hashtag says update. Like, what are you doing? Hi, guys.
Hashtag not pregnant.
How was your hump day? Was it good? Did you get all humped up? Did you get over the hump? That's what it means, like, because you get over the hump in the middle of the week. And I look like an ugly bad lady. Ugh. That's like, I feel like I look like Leatherface, but worse because this is my actual face.
Aaron Freeman's got jokes. He asked you, how's the cancer?
It's great because on my birthday, I am a Cancer, June 28th, so it's great. I love it. I love it. Krabby Patties, don't make me pinch you. You're welcome. You're so mean. I just gonna cry. No, you're not the first person. No, the worst
What's
part.
up, Deado? Yeah, Oklahoma has that weird 3.2 beer.
What does that mean?
3.2% alcohol.
What do you do with that? I'm sorry.
You know,
I'm
wallow in your sadness.
I'm gonna give this back to you. I want you to give me something that's not this. That's much stronger. Don't fuck around. Like, you're wasting my time. I'd be so mad.
AJ says he has no one to hump.
Oh, well, hey.
You're gonna find somebody to hump, all right? You're listening to the Federal Outrage Cast, all right?
I believe in you. All you have to do is like just stick your dick out there, and sometimes you'll flag them down like a hitchhiker. That's all you gotta do. Flag them down with the dick. Like, you don't have to do this with the thumb. Just do the bah, lay it on the table like a bah.
I think people get arrested for that behavior.
I didn't. I'm sorry. Oh, don't adjust for me. I'm short and black.
She's short and black,
Oh,
everybody.
sorry, I got on your favorite shirt. He's had this shirt since he was like 10 years old.
Had it since I was 17. All right, this shirt has seen a lot.
It doesn't look old at all. There's no holes. This is like a Superman shirt. Like, guys, like he has some shirts he's bought much more recent.
JCPenney's finest. All right.
Here's the thing: JCPenney had better clothes. He chose the one he chose. What can I say?
You know. What were we talking about before I went to piss? 6.69 out of 10. I like that. Oh, we were talking about how in the Gillette ad that the shaving company Gillette,
Yeah.
they put out this big ridiculous propaganda ad about how bad white guys are. And like there was this white dude who like saw a hot girl walk past, and he went to go and try and talk to her. And I was talking to him about how I used to go up to girls on the street. And the white guy went to go and try to talk to her, and a black guy stopped him, and he said, "Not cool, dude. Not cool."
Are you serious?
What's the ratio of people who come up and try to get your number? Is it black to white?
Black to white. Okay, I have to say it's a good. I want to say 60-40. Like 60% are black dudes, the other 40% are white guys. I'm sorry. I want to say no. I'm sorry. That's wrong. 50% black guys, like 33% white guys. The rest is miscellaneous.
Multicultural. Did we meet at a TJ Maxx? No, we met at the
What?
OkCupid dating app out here.
Oh, disgusting. We don't talk about that, though. That was.
What's my secret? Nearly all my shirts have holes. I don't.
Oh.
I don't take risks, ladies and gentlemen.
He also doesn't do his own laundry, ladies and gentlemen.
I sit inside, I write screenplays, and I go up on stage and I talk shit. And I don't get into scuffles.
Oh my god.
I'm very controlled.
He is extremely. It's stupid.
I'm very disciplined.
Yeah, I mean, discipline's great, but he's every single day. Like, I think he has his urination, like, planned out, except for one day he drank, like, 19 cups of coffee. But I'm pretty sure he has it, like, mentally. He's like, okay, 2 hours in, let's go. I have a feeling there has to be, and I live with this man. Trust me. I haven't timed it, but facts.
AJ, it's a guy from Argentina. You and a girl both open the condom and give consent. It's weird. Rapists don't use condoms.
That's not true.
Argentina.
Who
Are you
told you that?
saying there's rules in Argentina where you have to get positive consent? That's the whole thing. Like that's weird. Is like this positive consent movement where you have to ask like, is it okay if I touch your shoulder? I did it. I raped you.
What?
I'm sorry you didn't say yes yet.
I mean, mind you, trust me, I've been myself raped, so trust me, I know how it feels to be in that position. It sucks. I think we're taking it too far. I think let adults do what they want to do, and
it ruins all the spark.
He's like,
you're supposed to just go in for a kiss.
Exactly, or going for like a pussy grab, whatever you're into, whatever.
Whatever happened?
Don't do that.
Whatever happened to the Humphrey Bogart? You know, you slap a bitch and then you kiss her.
That wasn't a movie. And heck, unless you're married to her and into BDSM, then go ahead.
You know?
But no, it just it deflates everything. 'Cause the girls like that build up of like, yeah, come and trust me, wait, I'm not running very fast, come back. And then you're like, you halt everything by, can I touch your fingertip? Just the pinky? And like, no, don't fucking say that shit. But I do understand. I don't know what else to do, honestly, because I've been in that position where I've been the victim. So I can't even say much other than that seems a little bit much, but I don't know what other the solution would be either. At this point. Sadly. And rapists do wear condoms, first of all. Have you ever seen, I don't know, Law & Order SVU? How do you think a lot of rapists get away with it? Condoms. Covers up all the sperm. So.
Oh, that's that savvy move.
It's not savvy, it's just intelligence.
That's the mark of a true psychopath. If you can maintain an erection while you're raping and also wearing a condom.
All with one hand.
Wearing a condom, all with one hand. Wearing a condom in itself is a boner killer.
What if it was like rapist?
Raping, I would imagine. I could not keep a boner while I'm raping.
And the guy who said this, he said that almost like such certainty. Rapists don't wear condoms. Are you possibly?
Where do I see myself in 10 years? Selling out the Staples Center.
Yeah!
All right. Kicking the Dragon Energy live in full effect. All right. I don't know if I'm going to sit on a stool.
Did you say gotta drug him first? Sit the fuck down. Get out of the conversation. You're good.
That's that Cosby.
Well, no, actually, you should be like anti-drugger because we wouldn't go out for coffee because caffeine's a drug. That'd be
Do
cute.
you think Bill Cosby is guilty?
Extremely.
Yeah.
100%. He at least once. He at least did once, and if he did it once, someone knew his MO and they lied about it.
Do you think there's any possibility in any universe where they're all lying?
No. There's not that many women.
There's AJ on the podcast. AJ's a good guy, but he has a theory that Cosby might be innocent.
I mean,
that a couple of chicks false accused him, and then a
couple of them,
and then a bunch of other ones piled on for money.
I thought the same thing until they were corroborating the stories from women, and none of the story had come out yet, and then they had so many similarities. When that happens, before it even comes out, then I can't really. Unless they're fully lying, then I'm sorry, Cosby, but I don't think, 50, 60 women just were like, you know what? Maybe some of them are bandwagoners. Fuck them. But I don't think he was all.
It is easy to do it if you're anonymous. If you're anonymous and you're like, I want a piece of this lawsuit.
But it's also a lot of shit to go through because if you are lying, things that can come. I mean, and if you also risk to go through the whole thing unless you're gonna be really bold to be like really able to say this out loud and have to listen to the full shebang. That's a lot. Unless there's like 50 or 60 psychopathic, horrible women out there who just bandwagon together, which is not impossible, but I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like Cosby, I was upset. I really was like, this dude's no, fuck, but the sweaters, no. We have a whole line of sweaters, the Cosby sweaters we love. And it's like.
And it makes sense because he talked about it on one of his comedy specials.
What?
He talked about Spanish Fly, which was kind of like a quaalude.
Oh, God, no.
And he talked about giving girls Spanish Fly.
So he told it himself on his...
Yeah, he talked about it on one of his comedy specials, so...
And he thought he's like, they would never think I did it on Cosby! That's fucking disgusting. Because you think you're so under the radar because you have sweaters named after you, you're like, we're a good role model for what we... And mind you, I don't think it's... who did I hear this from? I can't remember his name. Owen Benjamin, I think? Fucking no. No, that's a lie. Whatever, this guy from something. He's funny. And he was saying how... A lot of people get upset when their celebrities or their heroes turn out to be rapists or horrible people or murderers. It's not like you can also separate the work from the person, and it's not like you're gonna suddenly stop like.
Yeah, he was a great comic.
Yeah, and he was also it's not like you're gonna start hating everything he did. No, his work was good, and it was still good. Like that's the case, then you have to like where to stop too.
Joe burned his Cosby sweater. He lit it on fire.
You have the only one. That's sad, Joe. I had like all of them.
What movies have I seen in theaters recently? None of them.
My JPEGs.
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to afford to go to the goddamn movie theaters.
Not yet.
You know, we're only the bare necessities out here in Hollywood.
What the? I'm sorry, that's just the gayest thing I heard you say. They're just the bare naked necessities. What?
It's the bare necessities.
The Bernstein Bears? Is that what you said? That's what I heard.
All right, but I do want to see that Us movie, the Jordan Peele news shit.
I want to see the Twilight Zone because Jordan Peele is hosting.
I like the original Twilight Zone.
I feel like the original white people that came here, but guess what? You're here now, so and get over it. Yes, that is. I feel no.
I'm definitely gonna go see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the new Tarantino with Brad Pitt and
But
Leonardo DiCaprio.
He didn't tell you why he doesn't go to movies. Look. Did you ever tell them how you actually went on a date with someone on Valentine's Day that was a man?
Because I'm trying to write movies. All right? Trying to get my shit on the big screen. I ain't got no time for these other fake motherfuckers.
I mean, I'm not going to say the full story, but one time he went out on a date with a guy. I didn't realize it until it was on the date on Valentine's Day. It's great. It's a great day.
Well,
I'm sorry, I had to. It's the funniest part of your life.
might as well tell it. I used to hang out with this, super jaded leftist guy who smoked weed all the time. And we would just play video games and study fantasy football all night long.
Sad.
And he was one of my best friends back in Oklahoma. And one night we got so fucking stoned. We were just like so detached from the rest of society. We would get stoned and hang out with each other all night long. And then we were like, fuck it, let's go to the movies. And so we went and saw that movie, The Wolf Man with Benicio del Toro.
Horrible movie.
Horrible piece of shit. Terrible. The CGI was awful.
It was just stupid
In
general.
But we went and we watched the movie and we were super stoned. And we came out of the movie theater and we were watching everybody else walk out. And it was all these couples holding hands. And it was flowers everywhere. And we were like, what the? And I looked at my phone and it was February 14th. I was like, bruh. We just had a Valentine's Day stoner bro date. What the fuck?
This is how unintuned they are to Valentine's Day, what month it is, what's happening, what are they doing, the movie choices they made. It was a hard year, it sounds like.
And then, my other high school friends showed up with their girlfriends, and saw us. And they're like, oh, Nick and Ryan. Oh, we always wondered why you guys hung out alone. You fucking creeps.
Go ahead, hold hands, faggots, hold hands. Don't be scared. We won't judge you.
Terrible, dude. Fucking terrible.
Was this guy white too? Were you racist back then?
Don't smoke too much weed. All right?
I thought someone said that. I was like, okay, mom. But he's a safe person. But the other day when he overdosed on caffeine, I was a little worried for his life. It was ridiculous.
What's up, Alan James?
Hi, I'm black.
What's up, Ever Greatest? What's up, Look a Bear? Glad to have y'all along the ride here.
Look a bear.
Alan James says Jordan Peele won't cast you in his films. Yeah, Jordan Peele says he doesn't envision casting white male leads in any of his movies.
Well, you know what? There's enough roles in the world for that. I know it's a little bit kind of racist to say that, but I mean,
that's how I felt about it. Like just
phrased a different way.
Nobody expects you to.
No, exactly. Like Tyler Perry doesn't say, "I'm probably not going to have white male roles." We all know more than likely it's not going to be his next. It's not his first choice. Not even that. Like he has a different mission. Like, but you shouldn't just say your mission statement so blatantly. Let us figure it out. Jordan Peele, I feel like that was a rough move for you. Only because you sound hella racist. It's kind of being the person being the enemy to the people you think is the enemy, or the ones that have the upper hand, when you could have just said nothing.
Well, Jordan Peele, I think, fundamentally gets it, because
what if they're half white and only cast half of you?
Jordan Peele gets it, I think, because the movie Get Out was mainly a criticism of white liberals.
But here's the thing.
Because and I consider myself a liberal, by the way. I believe in freedom. That's what liberalism. That's what I talked about on stage tonight. It was awesome. But he made fun of the fake white leftists who, because when they invited him, the black dude into their home, he was giving them that tour around, and he's like, "Yeah, I voted for Obama twice. Wish I could have voted for him a third time."
Yeah, it was just so. But no, you know what? Mind you, but I can see. I don't think he's a racist person. Period. I just don't think that doesn't cross my mind. But it's kind of like a But here's
black people can't be racist.
They definitely can. Trust me. I've seen them. I've been a witness to.
Only white people can be racist.
No, I've seen some black people say some horrible, horrible things, especially on their own.
No, I know, but keep going with what you're saying.
No, sorry. What I'm saying is that I can definitely see where he's coming from in the aspect like they have plenty of opportunities. Why would I? And plus, it's just not his thing. I just don't think it was necessary to say it. But I was. It's wrong. He has the right to have his opinion.
I like how you burped mid-sentence.
I'm sorry. Why did you have to point it out? I was trying to hide it. You're a piece of dick.
I've already done it on this podcast.
Well, that's because you drink too much. I was talking to myself, not you.
I drink the perfect amount.
He does because he's so fucking safe. This kid will never get roofied.
I'm in my home. I'm having natty lights.
The only way he's gonna get roofied.
What up, McNasty?
If someone. That was the worst pitch I've ever. That like hit a certain octave in my brain that made me want to throw up a little bit right there.
I got fired up. We're really close to West Hollywood. All right, if my voice cracks, you can't blame me for it.
That doesn't make any part of sense. Like, what? Those were words that added up to nothing. What the fuck? And he looked at me with all the seriousness, like.
I was talking about, Eric Rocha. Do you know? The gay Mexican dude.
I know. Tell me who he is again, because I didn't forget who he was.
All right, but he talked about growing up around poor white people tonight, and I was like, I knew it, because he gets me.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, he's my favorite gay person of all time because he's so homophobic.
Yeah. It's like
not that I'm homophobic. It's just hilarious to like to see a gay guy call out the faggots. You know,
just be blatantly, because I feel like that's the best.
Because there's being gay and then there's being a faggot.
But I feel like
it's different.
Yeah, it's
like black people and niggers. It's different.
White people and white trash.
Yeah, white people and, I guess it was white trash.
White trash. Even though white trash still sounds classier than nigga. Like, so you're not just trash, you're white trash. Like, it's what if someone called black people black trash? Weird. But.
Yeah, and so Nana, she is.
Let's not go down that road.
She is one of the most racist people I've ever met, but it's hilarious.
No, I would not say she's racist. I can't say that. I can't say that.
But she has the classification. We're talking about a stripper chick that I know.
She's awesome.
That, she's Egyptian and Venezuelan, so a little bit of black, a little bit of Caribbean. But she, she has 3 different categories of black people. There's black people. There's niggas, and there's niggers.
I'm Heaven. I don't think we're racist.
Heaven's a black person. I think.
I think. I'm not sure, but I want to go with. Can I phone a friend? Damn it.
Obama's half black. Obama is a black person.
I don't give a shit.
He's half white.
No way! Tell me less! What the fuck do you mean? I don't give a shit.
He's half CIA.
Oh, God!
He's half Harvard.
Oh, God! I don't care. He's half Harvard. What the fuck?
He's a communist subverter. In South Africa, they call them kafirs.
The kafirs.
Kafirs are what Muslims call non-Muslim people, I thought.
No, but it came from South Africa first. The kafirs, doing the before apartheid and everything, people... Because I think maybe because cows are half white and half
Apartheid
black.
called black people kafirs?
No, not apartheid can call anything anyway. Apartheid is a thing. It's just a movement. No, before
I thought apartheid was like the white government that was oppressive.
Yes, I mean, I'm sorry. Before the apartheid, they were calling. I can see you. Half black and half white people, Kafas, and I think it's because they're like cows, which are black and white. So it's like ooh moo moo calf calf, you know.
Well, I've always heard it from Muslims calling non-Muslim people kafirs because you
just love your muzzies. It's disgusting.
The Muslims call non-Muslims kafirs or infidels. They're kind of interchangeable, but they have
infidel.
They have different.
Infidel.
They have differing moral. They have differing moral systems for Muslims and non-Muslims, which is like they don't have objective principles. Which is like we can treat non-Muslims this way, but Muslims this way, and feel good about it. The Jews have the same thing. They call non-Jews goyim.
That sounds funny.
And so they have this fierce in-group preference.
My name's Goyim.
Goyim. I'm a filthy goyim.
Oh, you're a filthy Goyim. Come here.
I'm a filthy goyim who's trying to work his way into the Jewish conspiracy out here in Hollywood. We're trying to make it happen. All right? I'm trying to do cocaine with the Jewish men out here.
God.
Jewish women, leave me alone. You're annoying.
No. If he marries a Jewish woman, you all heard it. Future wife, he's an asshole. I didn't do it. I didn't say it. It was him. He's just a dick.
What's the deal with Jewish women? That's so
They
annoying.
don't all sound like that. My grandmother was a great Jewish woman. She was awesome. And she didn't sound like that.
Awesome.
This woman up until her 80s would have us, she would self-package it and also pick out all these clothes for 4 kids that were packaged. I'm not joking, giant ass self-taped every Christmas. This woman was fucking amazing until her 80s and she died alone. And she was still self-sufficient.
You're proving their point. Jewish women will screw you but not marry you.
She was married.
But I'm high IQ. That's what they like, doesn't they? That's the whole Jewish thing. We're supposed to fuck the smart guys.
You don't eat vagina. I'm pretty sure Jesus got it. It's in their l'chaim or something. I know that whole sentence was horrible. I'm sorry, guys. As I said it, I was that was all wrong. I'm sorry. Can we rewind that? That was all so wrong.
Islam says the races should be conquered equally. Yes.
Conquered.
Yes, they all
I
need.
agree.
They all need to be
conquered. You get conquered. You get conquered. You're all dead. Yay!
Oh, you're like Oprah.
I'd be the cutest little conqueror, but by the way,
you're handing out the conquerings left and right. Oh.
I always want to be friends. You're being conquered.
The filthy kafirs, they're getting conquered.
Oh,
all right.
Moo moo, calf calf, moo moo.
We now have congresswomen with hijabs.
Well, I think they should be allowed to. Why not? They want to wear a hijab. Let them wear It's all this is a beautiful scarf. Why are we mad about beautiful scarves? Let them wear the
It's
scarf.
oppressive.
It's not to me. If they are freely in America, they want to wear hijab. I'm not going to judge you. That's oppressive for me to try to judge you for what you should do. That's fucked up.
No, that's moral relativism.
No, it's fucked up for me to tell you. I don't agree with what you're doing, so don't.
Oppression of women is wrong.
And that they don't feel oppressed that they're in America doing it. You're just sometimes. Wow. Sorry, that hurt you. You're just sometimes you say things and I'm just like, what are you talking about?
Heaven, ladies and gentlemen.
It's just facts. It's double standard bullshit. Not even that, bullshit. Coming out of your mouth, you're not stupid.
Oh, I'm certainly a goyim. I'm a filthy goyim out here.
Baby goyim.
Trying to work my way into the Jewish conspiracy.
He's gonna marry a Jewish woman.
One argument at a time. All right?
Why is your skin so clear?
I need a Jewish manager. I need an agent. I need an entertainment lawyer.
Excuse me.
Somebody, Aaron Freeman asked if we do butt stuff. We avoid butt stuff.
Why
all right?
would you ask that? I mean, I have a vagina, but I don't do butt stuff.
We're trying to stay healthy out here in Hollywood. We eat our broccoli. We avoid the butt stuff.
I just think there's a mouth and there's a vagina for those things. Why would I go put my... Not saying I never have, I just don't anymore because I grew up and realized that my butthole likes to be intact.
Will a Mexican manager do? Are there any Mexican managers? They're like Mexican NBA players. Do they exist?
Yeah?
No, I actually sent an email to a man named Carlos Gonzalez who works at Gersh
Sorry, all that stuff sounded funny.
today.
Gonzala and Gersh. Gush, 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 gush.
You know about Gersh, the literary
I
management.
know what it is, but it sounds like girls at gush, at gushers.
I'm currently getting my screenplays read by, the Jews out here.
And his toes licked by black people.
We hope they like them. I got 2 action comedies and 1 action thriller,
Because you're gay?
One of them's called Panther Tale, about a big black dick superhero.
That sounds so ugly.
One of them's called White Trash Hero, about a West Virginian hillbilly
White trash
who gets caught up in the
hero.
MK Ultra experiments.
It sounds like a great soda. MK Ultra, come on down, baby. You want some MK Ultra? If they just sold it like Mountain Dew, I think they would be fine.
MK Ultra does kind of sound like a soda.
Yeah, MK Ultra, get stacked. Like.
Or like a fat burner.
Yes, exactly. Come
Supplement.
Get then.
MK Ultra.
I burned all my fat. I almost died. Like.
And my other script is Dragon Sisters.
Oh.
Action thriller. Gonna Kill Bill-ish. Set in Tokyo.
Did you say gonna kill Billish? Who's Billish? I'm gonna kill Bill-ish. Kind of. Sometimes. No, his stuff is really good though.
Sick of Batman and Spider-Man. Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood is lazy. All they want to take risks on are, established franchises. And it's pretty... I had a manager tell me that, they were trying to make a move back to more original content. But, he could have just been playing his Jew tricks on me.
This sister's Squawkington the Ninth. He's my babe. He's so cute. Look at him. Look at his big butt. He's got a big booty. Like me. Ooh. There's Squawkington the Ninth. I'm not a dragon. I'm just a unicorn that...
A comic artist.
Huh, dicks?
Interesting. Are you talking about, I've always heard of, Alfred Hitchcock, whenever he would go in and pitch movies to the studios, he would have, all these extensive storyboards that he had drawn out to visualize the story. And so, that's interesting. But, I'm... Send me an email, Joe.
That was so, condescending. That's interesting.
No, Joe is offered to be an editor.
Really?
He's offered to, he can put me in contact with comics. This is the vaping channel now. We're overloading on the vape.
What happened? I didn't...
No, but send me an email at nickjordan84@gmail.com.
Mine is not that.
And we can make some shit happen, Joe.
I write erotica, which is written porn.
If you want to donate some shekels to the rent fund here, paypal.me/Outrage TV is the preferred method. I've still got to figure out, I've got to get my super chats and my AdSense account approved.
Sorry.
But I refuse to, I'm demonetizing the whole channel because I refuse to take these Jewy advertising dollars. All right, because I'm not going to limit what I have to say to please the advertisers.
So you're
all
never
right?
going to sell out and do it?
My only fidelity is to the truth. It's to the listeners. All right? And we come on here and we speak the truth. We got no chaser. We got no lube. All right? We're coming straight up in
Sounds
that.
like a rough night. You have no chaser and no lube. What are you doing? You're in for a really rough dick night.
We got no ads on the channel. You will never hear me stop in mid-sentence and be like, Me undies. You should buy this underwear. I mean, it's the most comfortable underwear.
Me undies.
My balls are resting comfortably in the me underwear. And ZipRecruiter. Find somebody to employ. Blah, blah, blah. I
don't do your ads all day, guys. I'll take the money. I have no qualms. Call me sell out. I'll sell all day.
That's that bareback truth.
What the fuck is... Why do you say these things? It's disgusting. Wear a condom, guys. Diseases are real.
We're severely lacking in promo codes. All right? Promo code communism. Promo code trust the Jews. Promo code Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez knows best.
Oh my god.
Promo code give Bernie all your money.
Promo code suck dick for money.
Promo code sucking dick for breakfast.
Yeah, fuck eggs. You can have sperm. It's actually really good for your skin if it's clean, of course. Not saying I haven't done it, but sometimes you gotta take one down for the team, for your skin, for the skin life.
Rub it in like Lubriderm.
Who uses Lubriderm? Just the most like ugly thing for you to. He said those nerd things all day, and then he's very handsome, but like sometimes he says things like, "This is why you have no girlfriend."
Here's the main point. All right,
Oh God, here we go.
we're real
Oh
Americans.
God.
I'm pissing off the communists.
By showing them your muscles, how gay is that? Are you good?
It's not.
No man should ever stop like.
It's not gay. It's dragon energy.
That sounds really gay from what I'm understanding. It's not gay, it's dragon energy, baby. Yes. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Drag it on, baby. Yes, flame on. That's exactly what that fucking sounds like.
Flame on.
You're fucking ridiculous. You're fucking disgusting. Like, what the fuck do you mean? No, that's what it sounds like. It's dragon energy, can I?
Sure.
Thank you. Did you want one?
I'll have half of that.
No. I've been drinking since noon. You have not.
So that means you'd have more beers? You've been drinking since noon.
I said I haven't been drinking since noon. What the fuck?
I haven't.
What the fuck? With what money do I have to...
Alan James says you're not sounding like a patriot, all right? You're shaming my patriotism here, and it's you know...
Think it over yourself. I don't care.
We're repping for America, all right? The real Americans.
That's a hilarious stable shoulder. Why are you looking at me so hatefully? That's so fucking like, I've never seen you like that video. Don't do that. It's so ugly.
You hurt my friends, you hurt my pride, all right?
I don't give a fuck. They're not my friends and it's not my pride. And I'm gonna personal fucking problem. Sounds like you need to have self-esteem issues.
Well, that's the deal, Joe. You know, a real American is anti-government, all right? Because the government isn't America. People get that confused. Nationalism isn't about government worship. It's about freedom, all right? Because America is the one nationalistic thing you can subscribe to. It's the one country where you can be nationalistic and not worship the government, all right? Because the principles of the United States are about being anti-government and about having a small government, and that's what the liberals have failed us.
I just think America's about shopping. We do a lot of it.
Well,
here.
capitalism is a big part of it.
My job requires me to look at things people
That's
buy
a very
all
feminine
day.
perspective to boil it
My
down to
job-
shopping.
My first job requires me to look at shit that people buy. Very expensive things. All day, I get to keep none of it. But I get to look at it and then pack it away in such a way. Hi, faggot Sean. Was good. You had like 95 beers. This is my second one in like 2 days.
Kiki says she's married, no dog in the fight, but I have a son, so keep up on this insanity. Yeah, we've got to,
You're so cute.
We've got to pave the way for the future. All right.
And hey, I hope you're a super mom. Being a parent, never been one. You're awesome. Keep it up. Kids are not easy. Keep it up, please. Thank you.
Any mom that's watching the Outrage cast, she knows what the fuck is up.
Being a mom is super hard, so thank you.
Heaven likes to drink cheap vodka.
I do. Especially on Sundays, I call my vodka and donuts. It's delicious. I go to 7-Eleven.
She gets vodka at,
Yeah, and I said 7-Eleven donuts. Don't judge
at
me.
the liquor store, and then she walks right across and gets donuts at 7-Eleven.
I just get the two, one sugared, one glazed. Get my vodka for $4.99, and I call it a day and start cleaning the house. I wake up, okay, I'm turning to my fucking mom. I wake up every day, and I'm at 7 a.m. I'm looking for shit to clean. What the fuck? I should be sleeping until noon until I start a new job. What am I doing? I'm up cleaning shit. I have a vacuum. I haven't been so excited since my friend gave me a vacuum. So excited. I was like, thank you. It's ridiculous. My life is so. I'm turning to my mom.
Well, it's a little bottle. It's a little bottle of vodka.
Yeah. It was like a pint and a half.
You know, they do fleece us out here at the Hollywood prices.
No, but it's a good. No, there's this one place in Burbank. It's a liquor store. It's an Armenian one. They have this big thing of rum for $1.99. Yeah, $1.99 for like 2 pints. It's stupid.
That won't give you a hangover at all.
It did. Well, I don't get hangovers. I'm black, so. Mind you guys, it's not a real thing. I just don't get hangovers because I'm pretty. I mean, it's not a real thing. But I don't get hangovers, so I'm better than you. Just kidding.
Oh my God. You're a supremacist.
I'm a black supremacist.
Oh my God. See, this is why we have race wars in the apartment here. We have,
If you guys want to buy me bottles of vodka that is more expensive and like more affordable, you do that because I'm gonna get paid for the first. So my life is just no money. Oh, but I got love in my heart. You know. That was for you, Nick. That one went out to you. Hope you're happy.
oh, so we went on stage tonight. We shamed the communists. All right, we shamed the butt pumpers. We pointed out the Nazis weren't right wing and that I'm way more liberal than these fake leftists out
I
here.
hope one day that you end up
We established these facts. All right, the dragon energy was expelled. You know, the communists were shaking in their boots. It was a very productive night. I will try to get it on camera next time. And we're gonna post some clips on the podcast. Or not on the podcast. I'm buzzed. We're posting clips on the channel here. And so you can see the stage action, ladies and gentlemen. Because we're setting the stage on fire. And it's not about flaming. It's not about West Hollywood. It's not about any of that.
But dragon energy sounds pretty gay. You guys agree, right?
No!
You're just gonna be a dragon. Flourish. Let's show me those scales, baby. Spread those wings. That's exactly what that sounds like. Dragon energy.
Damn it!
Just saying. I mean, and it's fine being gay, but just admit it. It's fine.
Who came up with it? Trump and Kanye West.
But you're gay.
They're not gay.
I said you are. I didn't say they are. You are gay.
Not gay. Damn it!
And it would explain so much his orderliness, his control, his...
I come from a good family.
His chapstick.
A good,
You know what
hardworking,
he said that one day? He's like,
disciplined family.
He's like, I forgot my chapstick in the car. 1 second. And I was like...
I didn't say anything in a Boston accent.
I forgot my chapstick. And I was like... I guess it's... No, it's nothing manly about it, guys. Like, I forgot my chapstick. Wait.
What's gay about chapped lips?
Nothing's gay about chapstick. It's kind of rugged. What's gay about it is saying, I forgot my chapstick. We come on.
I may be part Jew, everybody. That may be the root of it, you know?
And he made this notion when he was singing, I forgot my chapstick. Like
I did not. I did not. This is blasphemy. Too much chapstick is a little gay. You can't put it. You can't put it on that thick.
You can't have a lip gloss, or he likes to be.
That's right next to lip gloss. You know, you're trying to look like a fancy boy.
Or. So I didn't know what to say to that. I was just so offended for some reason. I was like, what?
You're trying to sparkle like these motherfuckers on the street corner in West
What's wrong
Hollywood.
with sparkling? You know corns that sparkle?
She's always roasting me, and I'm the comic. You know, this is where I get it from. All right.
Not really.
You gotta roast everybody. Heaven's too easy to roast, so I don't even go in. She already looks like a roasted turtle. All right. She looks like a turtle that right at the beginning of the turtle roast, before
Roasted?
everybody has turtle stew.
With roasted
She
tomatoes?
looks like Franklin, the turtle, who
He's famous and he makes money. What do you do?
who fell asleep in the sun.
You know what? You're so mean. I agree. All these things are You guys ever played Abe's Odyssey World, the video game, PlayStation? My sister and my mom call me Abe because it's this like bald alien creature that I look a lot
I
like.
played that game. That game was weird.
It was one of the best games I've ever played. It's super violent.
I got it at a garage sale.
It's a great game. I think back in the 90s, I've been playing video games since I was 3 guys. He's been playing since he was like, I have many years over him. But still, we're the same exact age, but I'm prettier, so obviously. Okay, faggot.
I like how you just trailed off with nothing to say right there. Just trying to dig me on your video game expertise.
There was no follow-up. It was just a burn. Like, take it.
All right, I've played competitive video games in the online marketplace. Right, I didn't play the story mode.
I think your most intense video game playing was when you like hit on girls. Now that was like level up. Just got kicked out of another store. Correct. Pretty much the hardest game you ever played.
Oh, we just beat the boss mode.
Toxic security, like escorted out by police. Oh yes. Hobby Lobby, check. Like what the fuck?
I played competitive video games. All right. Against the elite competition in Madden.
He did win like a few dollars on poker.
Call of Duty.
One time.
I am a poker nerd. Online poker. That was my first love.
Ew.
Before stand up.
He never fell in love with the girl though. Only men.
I gotta play the song again.
No. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. No. Why are you so racist? I'm sorry. No. He's gonna play. No. No, it's so loud. Don't look at me like you know my name. You saw the whole... No, put your arms down. You look so ugly. What is this? Like excommunication?
That means suck it. That's a masculine.
If a guy ever comes up and says suck it, like you're a faggot. What the fuck? No one ever says this. And faggots are fine.
If he wants you to suck his dick.
If a guy was like, this is like, I don't know, like, suck my dick. I'd be like, okay, I'll think about it. Not this, like, no.
You're terrible. All right?
If a guy's like, suck it, I'm like, first of all, you didn't ask me a question. My name's Heaven. What's your name? No. What am I listening to? Oh my god, so ugly. Put your arms down. I'm so offended by everything you do. You're so gross! Ew, so gross.
She doesn't understand the dragon energy.
No, yeah, I don't understand your fashion.
She's threatened by it, and so she has to call it gay,
No,
and it's
I'm not-
understandable.
What the hell dare you twist my words? She doesn't understand. She has to be against it. What the fuck? Who said that? She doesn't understand. She called me a faggot.
Is that all the weed we have left?
Yeah.
Oh my god. We had a quarter of it.
Well, yeah, I ended up sharing it with people because people were nice to me and gave me things, so I shared. Yeah, this was free for me. I share when I can. I shared with you.
See my message about PayPal. Alan James.
What do you say? He wants to suck your dick for money?
I think they may have censored the comment, Alan James.
She wants it? Or check it out?
But thank you very much if you contributed. Much love to you, sir, Alan James. I appreciate it, dude.
Did you want it or not?
All right.
Don't be a baby.
She's got a little miniature pipe here.
His name is Gertrude the First. Look at his baby heads. They're so cute. Look at the baby heads.
Muchas gracias, Alan James. Thank you so much, sir. Very much appreciated. Oh.
You done?
Heaven gets the dough. Not lately. She does have a job now. She has a job, all right, and now she's sending packages at a furious rate out of this apartment complex.
That's a lot of packages.
She does that quality control on the packages there, and so we're stacked up to the ceiling.
Don't tell them anything about the money. Don't tell them anything else. Just keep it to yourself. I'm serious. You tell anyone, I'm punching you in the throat. I'm dead serious. I'll talk to you about the money. Especially about so don't do that. It's gross.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all who contributed. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a fun fucking night. Follow me on Instagram at Nick Jordan himself. On Twitter at I am Nick Jordan. The full podcast audio will be on all the podcast apps under Outrage Cast, all one word.
Good night.
Like it if you like it. Share that shit out. Bless you again, Alan James, you bad motherfucker. Appreciate y'all hanging out. I will do my due diligence to get some goddamn stand-up clips for you bad motherfuckers, and I'll post some clips on Instagram. I will, we're gonna try to give you some more diversity of content here. But it's always fun coming on here and talking shit. Big ups out to the Outrage crew, baby. Love all you bad motherfuckers in Outrage land. And we shall catch you again tomorrow evening. Live in full effect. Thank you, Kiki. Bless you out there. Big ups to the family situation. You know. Outrage TV, we're signing off for tonight. Catch you beautiful bad motherfuckers